But first, I'm going to start out with George Carlin. Now, George Carlin, rest in peace. He was one of my favorite comedians. I mean, I found out about him like a few years ago, actually, but I wish I would have been able to see him live, but he passed away in 2010 or 2008, I think. He was really old, but he was like one of the funniest comedians, and he threw in politics, and he threw in, he just made fun of people and shit, but he made fun of people that deserve to be made fun of. This is one of the biggest issues with comedy nowadays. Like you look at Chappelle, you look at Joe Rogan, all these other fucking right-wing loser comedians, like they punch down. They punch down. They make fun of like the people. They make fun of trans people, fat people, gays. They punch down instead of punching up, because comedy was originally about making fun of the powerful, making fun of the people that hold power in society. You know what I mean? But it's been twisted in a weird way to where that's woke now or whatever. So here's George Carlin talking about comedy and how we pick on underdogs now.
I would defend to the death his right to do everything he does. The thing that I find unusual, and it's not a criticism so much, but his targets are underdogs. And comedy traditionally has picked on people in power, people who abuse their power. Women and gays and immigrants are kind of, to my way of thinking, underdogs. And he ought to be careful
literally,
because he's Jewish.
Yeah, like women, immigrants, gays, trans, all of these people, they get picked on by comedians nowadays. And the comedians no longer pick on the rich or the powerful or, the greedy, the capitalists.
And a lot of the people who want to pick on these kind of groups, the Jews are on that list. A little further, you got women, gays, gypsies, blah, 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 and then suddenly you find Jews. And
suddenly Andrew's arrested.
Yeah, so,
that's true.
I mean, obviously, he should do what he wants. And
why does he get away with it, do you think, then?
Well,
we have never laughed at jokes about the
Well,
poor.
he's appealing. I think he's appealing largely. I think his core audience are young white males who are threatened by these groups. I think a lot of these guys aren't.
See, young white males that are threatened by these groups. And a lot of these comedians, they basically pander to these groups, these young white males, conservative.
Sure, their manhood, because that's a problem when you're going in through adolescence. Could I be? I hope I'm not one of them. And the women who assert themselves and are competent are a threat to these men, and so are immigrants in terms of jobs and the
so that's why we as an audience then will laugh.
You say we, I don't think you're
no.
But I think you're
collective we.
I think that's what is at the core of that experience that takes place in these arenas, is a certain a sharing of anger and rage at these targets. And I'm sure Andrew isn't that angry at them. I'm sure he's playing it as a comic.